as also saith the law. Right, so every woman that claims she's a Christian, she should know this scripture. Get me Matthew 13 and 19 first, and then get me Romans 15 and 18. So you know you're Israelite. Right.
I am an Israelite, I believe in them. I understand.
Right, those are the laws. We don't make these laws, we just enforce them. Right, and he's a heathen. Get me that Matthew 13 and 19. Whenever the word comes out, then demon come out. This is Matthew, the book of Matthew, chapter 13, verse 19. When anyone heareth the word of the kingdom, this is the word of the kingdom. Because we're not smoothing over these scriptures. Go on. And understandeth it not. And they don't understand it completely, because he was trying to get at that woman, but that woman knew she was an Israelite. She knew she was an Israelite. And there's a lot of other women that know they're Israelites as well. That's why he had to go and sit his ass back down, because he couldn't get at her. But he'll get at a woman that's weak. Go on. When anyone heareth the word of the kingdom, and understandeth it not, then cometh the wicked one, then cometh the demonite, then cometh the wicked one. You understand? Go on. Then cometh the wicked one, and catcheth away that which was sown in his heart. Right, because you're not grounded. When you Israelites come up here and you don't know you're Israelites, and this doctrine which is rough and rugged and hard and austere, and you don't like it because you've got a sensitive spirit on you, when someone tells you, oh, they're not right, this, that, whatever, they're twisting scriptures, but what I'm actually saying is true, because you're not grounded, you start agreeing with the devil, and you don't even know what the devil is. That's why the Bible says, even Satan himself portrays himself as an angel of light, because he comes up to you smooth, baby-faced. You see what I'm saying? You know, or making you feel comfortable and everything. That's Satan. You understand? Go on. This is he which received seed by the wayside. Right, so that's them that received the seed by the wayside, but he didn't stay with them. Give me the Romans chapter 15 verse 18. For we dare not speak anything else, you understand, to make the Gentiles obedient by word or deed, which means we do not sugarcoat these scriptures. How you're preaching hate? What does the Most High say? He said, hate the evil and love the good. Do you understand? Go on. Let him kick off again. Go on. Let me shut this guy down quick. Romans chapter 16 verse 17. Now I beseech you, brethren, mark them which cause divisions and offences, contrary to the doctrine which ye have learned, and avoid them. Mark them which cause divisions and offences, contrary to the doctrine that you have learned. He's not even an Israelite, and he's trying to teach you Israelites your laws. That's the same thing that happened in slavery. These Caucasians are remixing your scriptures back to you, but what they did, they killed off the older generation and started with the young generation, because you understand, you're like a sponge. So when you corrupt them at a young age, you see what I'm saying? That's why they grow up thinking, oh, everything's okay.
Of Jesus Christ.
You understand? Go on, man. That man ain't got a freaking beard in his face. That's how you know him from. Go on, man. Go on. This is Romans chapter 16 verse 17. Now I beseech you, brethren, mark them which cause division and offences, contrary to the doctrine, contrary. What he's saying is contrary to the doctrine, which is the Bible, about everyone can be saved. But who the world called Jesus Christ said, what is it? It's like it, John 18 and what? Because what? John 18, John 7, what is it? What's that one that the Christians always come out? John 3:16, for God so loved the world. When you read down to John 18 and 20, Jesus said, I spoke openly to the world, going wherever the Jews always resort, which is the Israelites. So that's the world he was talking about. Go on. If you look in the Greek, which the New Testament was written in, that word world, in that sense that it was used in, is the term cosmos. The term cosmos, because when you go back, that's what the Bible says, what? Study to show thyself approved, a workman of the Lord, need not to be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth. You got something else? Go on. Which basically means the word cosmos, if you look it up, is an entity of people, a group of people. Yeah, because in the Greek you have a structure of people, but in the Greek you have 3 words for world. That word for world there, if you look it up into, what is it? Yeah, I think it's interlinear, yeah, in the Greek, you'll see that it's cosmos there. But our people don't want to actually do some proper research.
Unemployment, but the book falls the same thing. Repent of your sins. Right now
I beseech you, brethren, mark them which cause division and offences, contrary to the doctrine which ye have learned, and avoid them. For they that are such serve not our Lord, the Mashiach Yahweh Shai, but their own belly, And by good words and fair speeches deceive the hearts of the simple. Correct, because the Bible says what? The simple believeth every word. So by good words and fair speeches, it's all comfortable and nice, and God is for everyone, and love, 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 preach love. By good words and fair speeches, they deceive the hearts of the simple. Do you understand? That's why you got them Christians they are out here went last time. The reason they were out here was because they were trying to get people to go to the little concert where you spend money. By good words and fair speeches, because they feed their own belly. Get me Romans, you got the Timothy, get me Romans 15 and 18 like I asked for. Go on. Romans chapter 15 verse 18. For I will not dare to speak of any of those things which Christ have not wrought by me. Right, we will not dare to speak any of those contradictions that Christ have not wrought by us. Whatever's not taught in this Bible, we're not going to teach it. You understand? Go on. To make the Gentiles obedient by word and deed. To make you Gentiles, which is you Israelites. Because there's, get me the what is it? Bible dictionary. Where is it? To make the Gentiles obedient by word or deed. Because there's two sides to the word Gentile. Alright? You have the actual heathen Gentiles. And then you have the Israelites that are behaving like the heathens. And they would be called Gentiles. Like a black guy that's acting like a white guy is called what? A coconut. When he stops doing that, he's not a coconut anymore. So you Israelites that are following Islam and Christianity, you are Gentiles. When you come back to the knowledge you're an Israelite and follow your true God, you're not a Gentile anymore. The heathen nations are still heathen nations. Go on, you got that one. This is the Bible Zondervan Dictionary, yeah? This is the Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary. Stack it, right, Gentile breakdown, that's what we're going to get into right now. Let's see what it says. You got it, huh? Gentiles, this is a Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary. Alright? It says Gentiles. Usually it means a non-Israelite people. It says usually it means that. Do you understand? So that means it can be used as a derogatory term. An Israelite that's doing the customs of the heathen nations, they are Gentiles. So that means that you so-called Christians, you're Gentiles. You Israelites, you Negroes, Hispanics and Native Americans that are into Islam, you are Gentiles. You Negroes, Hispanics and Native Americans which are into Christianity, you are Gentiles. Because you're following the customs of the heathen nations. Alright? When you stop doing that, you're not a Gentile anymore. Get me Ephesians chapter, what is it? 2 verse 12 or 2? You know that you were Gentiles, carried away by these dumb idols. You can't stop yourself from being a Chinese man. You can't what? Can you convert from being black to white? No. You can act like you're white, and then you can stop doing that. Go on, man. Chapter 2 verse 12 or 2 verse 9. You know that you were Gentiles, carried away by these dumb idols. You got that one, yeah?
Fellas.
Yeah, go on. This is Ephesians chapter 2 verse 11. Wherefore remember that you being in time past Gentiles in the flesh, who are called uncircumcision by that which is called the circumcision in the flesh made by hands. Yeah, but there's why it says you know that you were Gentiles.
Fellas.
I think it's, yeah, maybe Galatians. Check Galatians. Or
Fellas.
Or you can speak, I'll check it out, I'll find it, yeah?
Fellas, don't ignore me. Fellas.
Yeah, basically, so this is basically this is for the Negroes, Hispanics and Native Americans, yeah? According to the Bible, you are the children of Israel. The ones that went through the Red Sea with Moses, the one that's under the curses of Deuteronomy, chapter 28. Yeah, start from 15. Okay, but our people do not know this. Okay? We're the only people on this earth that is going through tribulation right now. Your people are getting shot down on the streets right now. Yeah? Go on. Right, Gentiles. That's disrespectful you coming up here. You want to have respect, you stand on the other side. Right. This is 1 Corinthians chapter 12 verse 1. Slack, you want to read that? 1 Corinthians 12 verse 1. Yeah. You know that ye were Gentiles. You can't say yesterday you were Chinese. No, yesterday you were Caucasian. Yesterday you're Egyptian. You can't what? Convert nationality, but you can act like the other nationality. Go on. 1 Corinthians chapter 12 verse 2. You know that you were Gentiles, carried away to these dumb idols, even as you were led. Right. That you were Gentiles. Do you understand? When you got a Jake that's carrying like what? One of the heathen nations, dressing like them and acting like him, he's a Gentile. Okay, what? A Negro, a Spanish, a Native American, when he's behaving like that, wearing skinny jeans, and then, what is it, like a effeminate fade on his face and a high top and all that, he's a Gentile, because he's following the customs of the heathens. When he stops doing that, he comes back to the fact that he's an Israelite, he's not a Gentile anymore. But then the flip side to that is the heathen nations, which are the true Gentiles. They are actual Gentiles. Get me Jeremiah 4 and 7. The destroyer of the Gentiles is on his way. So if he's come to save the Gentiles and the destroyer of the Gentiles is on his way, that sounds like a contradiction. But the reason it's not a contradiction because it's not talking about the same Gentiles. Your churches are butchering up scriptures. And then our same people want to come out here and have the audacity to contend with us. Jeremiah 4 and 7. The destroyer of the Gentiles is on his way. Go on. This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 4, verse 7. The lion has come up from his thicket. Right, and that lion is talking about who the world was Jesus Christ. The Lion of Judah. Alright? Now that's not Rastafari thing. Go on. Oh, it's not a literal lion. The lion has come up from his thicket, and the destroyer of the Gentiles is on his way. The lion has come up from his thicket, and the destroyer of the Gentiles is on his way. What does that mean? That means when he comes back down here, he's coming back to destroy certain people, isn't he? So if he's coming to save the Gentiles and destroy them, once again that's contradictory, because it's not talking about the same Gentile. I'm going to read this again. I'm going to read this one, yeah? 1 Corinthians chapter 12 verse 1. Now concerning spiritual gifts, brethren, I would not have you ignorant. Who is Paul's brethren? His Israelites. Give me Romans 9 and 1. Who are Israelites, which are brethren and kinsmen according to the adoption. Go on, man.
Fellas.
This is the book of Romans chapter 9 verse 1. I say the truth in Christ, I lie not. My conscience also bear me witness in the Holy Ghost, that I have great heaviness and continual sorrow in my heart, for I could wish that myself were accursed from Christ, for my brethren, or his brethren, go on, my kinsmen, his kinsmen, what's the word that everyone uses today? Next of kin, which means what? The blood relative, go on. According to the flesh, which means what? Brother, where are you from? Where are you from? Jamaican. Right, so what? I'm so-called Jamaican as well, so what? You're my kinsman. I don't know you, you don't know me, but we're from the same nationality, so what? You're my kinsman, you're my brethren, you're my brother. You see what I'm saying? Go on. Back in Jamaica, if it was the morning time, you'd say good morning, out of respect of through kinsmen, isn't it? When I went over there, even though they call me English boy and that, in the mornings and that, you get called, you say good morning. You know what I'm saying? I don't know them from Adam, but it's out of kinsman respect, you get me? For I could wish that myself were accursed from Christ for my brethren, my kinsmen, according to the flesh, who are Israelites. Who are Israelites. Okay, that's in the Bible. Do you understand? The Most High is dealing with Israelites, not Israelis. That's why they keep saying we're Jew. Do you understand? But they're Israelis from the state of Israel. They call themselves that. It says that in Ezekiel that they stole that land. Go on, continue, man. To whom pertaineth the adoption? To whom pertaineth the adoption? So it's us that are grafted back in. Through Yahushua. Yahushua is the what? The intermediate. Okay? Go on. Who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. And the glory and the covenants and the giving of the law and the service of the Most High and the promises. Right. So the giving of the law and the adoption and the promises. Because the law was only given to who? Once again, the Negroes, Hispanics and Native Americans, which are the Israelites of today. You've been hidden. It's that simple. But it's not. Give me Give me Isaiah chapter 30 verse 20. But the Lord give you the bread of adversity and the word of affliction. Thy teacher shall not be hidden to a corner anymore, but thine eyes shall see thy teachers. Because you're in the last days now. The Most High's men are austere men, and they're also young men, as it says in Lamentations 3:27. It is good that a man beareth the yoke in his youth. Go on. This is Isaiah chapter 30 verse 20. And though the Lord give you the bread of adversity and the water of affliction, right, because you Negroes, Hispanics and Native Americans, you're the ones that are going through adversity and going through affliction. Because you're the ones that broke the laws, so you're the ones that are suffering from the curses of breaking the laws. That's why the heathens are going through the same bullshit as you. Go on. And though the Lord give you the bread of adversity and the water of affliction, yet shall not thy teachers be removed into a corner anymore. Right, what does that mean? Your teachers shall not be removed into a corner anymore. That means when you were given what? The name Jesus Christ comes from what? A ship. The first slave ship that left from Portugal was called the good ship Jesus. That's where Jesus Christ comes from. There's nothing wrong with doing a bit of research. Go on. And the water of affliction, yet shall not thy teachers be removed into a corner anymore, but thine eyes shall see thy teachers. Which means what? That your teachers right now, that are in your churches and that, they're not your true teachers. They're not telling you who you are. They're not telling you who you are, why you're in the captivity that you're in now, and how the hell to get out of the captivity you're in now. You understand? Paying tithes isn't going to get you out of captivity. Working hard isn't going to get you out of captivity. The Most High said that He's wounded our people with the wound of an enemy. That's why, what is it? Malcolm X, Marcus Garvey, all them people can't save you. What is it? Them Rastafari are banking on Selassie. None of these people can save you. None of them can save you. Because who? Who the world? Because Jesus Christ needs to be sent back. The Most High's put the curse on you, so it's only the Most High that can take the curses off of you. But these Christians are so audacious, they think that they can override these curses. The Bible says that they've made a covenant with death, and when the overflowing scourge comes in, they think that they won't get hurt, but they will be. Okay? Trust me, man. But what is it? Proverbs 1:20, wisdom crieth aloud in the streets. You utter a voice, what is it? In the streets, saying, how long you simple ones shall you love simplicity and fools hate knowledge?
Don't like people like that. Niggas trying to take out people. You see this concrete here? The concrete is paid by money.
What's up? Once again, man, the name Jesus Christ, we've got 1611 down here, alright? There is no J and there's no U in the original Hebrew. So it's impossible for who you call Jesus Christ for that to be his name. There's no J in the Paleo Hebrew. And it's definitely not Yeshua, because Yeshua is Yiddish. Okay? The first slave ship that left from Portugal was called the good ship Jesus. You can check that out on your phone. It's that simple. You guys are ignorant as hell. You love simplicity. You love being told lies. That's what the Bible says in Micah 5:10. They hate him that rebuketh in the gate, and they abhor him that speaketh uprightly. I wouldn't contend with me, because a heathen, when I came out, a heathen rebuked you, and you tear and dash. The heathen said to you that I'm an Israelite, the teacher of the law, and you said nothing. You tear and dash, and I've got that on video as well. You understand? So you're a joker coming up here. I wouldn't even dare look me in the eye. Go on. Shall not thy teachers be removed into a corner anymore? Your teachers will not be removed into a corner anymore. Go on. But thine eyes shall see thy teachers. Your eyes shall see your teachers. That's why you got Israelites in every street corner now. You understand? Because the Most High is getting ready to bring his elect back. And the 1/3. He's not coming back for everyone. Go on. And thine eyes shall hear a word behind me saying, this is the way, walk ye in it. Right, that's what you're supposed to be told. This is the word that you're hearing. This is the way, walk ye in it. That's what, get me Isaiah chapter 30 verse 15. In returning shall you be saved. You understand? That's what do Christians teach? You can be wicked up to your deathbed, and then on your deathbed just say Jesus is Lord, and somehow you get taken out of heaven. That's it. Oh, Jesus is Lord. So you know, I can do all kinds of wickedness. I can do all kinds of wickedness. Get me Romans 10 and 1.
Turn away from the wickedness.
Romans 10 and 1. Because they seek their own righteousness. They think their own righteousness is going to get them saved. Oh, I went to church once a week. I do all kinds of wickedness every week. Well, I go to church once a week, sing and dance, give a little tithes, and there we go. That's my ticket. That's my golden ticket into heaven. No, you guys are disrespectful. Give me Romans 1 and 10. Yeah, you got it.
We'll go down the way.
Romans chapter 10 verse 1. This is Romans chapter 10 verse 1. Brethren, my heart's desire and prayer to God for Israel. His heart's desire and prayer to the Most High for Israel. He's praying to the Most High for the sake of the Israelites. That's it. Go on.
Okay, Islamic and
That they may be saved. For I bear them record that they have a zeal of God. Right. So these Christians, I know you check that into these other religions and denominations, you have a zeal of the Most High. Go on. Fine. And that's how you can tell who the Israelites are. Yeah? Because even today, our people are the first to be jumping into getting baptized in that. No other nation on the earth does any baptizing. Right, God. And onto that, step on. And in the time of John, yeah, when he was baptizing people, the only people that was getting baptized was the Israelites, which today would be the so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans today. So that's how you know you're the children of Israel. Right, and on top of that, well, another thing that shows the zeal as well, that in every so-called black neighborhood, you see all these different denominations of religion. Why don't you see that in Richmond? Or in, what is it, Knightsbridge? I don't see Islam down there in Knightsbridge. I don't see Hinduism down there in Knightsbridge trying to get followers. But they always go to the Israelite areas. You Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans. That's where that scripture applies. Enter ye in at the straight gate, for wide is the gate and broad is the way that leadeth to destruction, and many therein that follow thereat. But narrow is the gate and straight is the way that leadeth to righteousness, and there are few that find it.
Big man has to just comment down and say what you're saying, because this guy is honest. Say what you're saying.
That's what the Bible says. When the Bible says, what is it?
Saturday.
Give me that scripture. Give me 7:30, man. Romans chapter 10,
Saturday, innit?
verse 3. For they being ignorant of the Most High's righteousness. Right. So you Christians and you Israelites that are in the other heathen nations, denominations, and their laws, they're following their philosophies and their doctrines. Go on. You being ignorant of the true power's righteousness. Go on. They being ignorant of the Most High's righteousness and going about to establish their own righteousness. That's what you do. You go about to establish your own righteousness because you don't know the ways of the Most High. That's why there's Jakes in my workplace talking about, oh, I'm going to go and pray. First of all, why is he telling me that he's going to go and pray? First of all, he's going to pray to an idol, which is Allah. You understand? So why are you telling me that you're going to go and pray to a false idol? That's Jake, you know. It's a damn shame when I see that shit, man, because he don't know who he is. Go on. Have not submitted themselves unto the righteousness of the Most High. Right, but then being ignorant of the Most High's righteousness, they go and find their own righteousness, being ignorant of the ways of the Most High. What was the scripture I was asking to get after that? Go on. I'll read it, you'll remember. Isaiah chapter 30 verse 15. But thus saith the Lord power, the Holy One of Israel, in returning and rest shall you be saved. Right, how are you going to be saved? Because these Christians claim that they're saved already. How are you going to be saved? Go on.
Be saved, be born again, Christian. Repent.
For thus saith the Lord power, the Holy One of Israel, in returning and rest shall you be saved. How do you return? How do you return, first of all? Do you know how to return? One Christian come up here and tell me how you return. According to the Bible. I don't want to hear nothing out of your own mouth. Because the Bible says if any man should speak, that's to speak as the oracles of the Most High. But then no Christian will come up there, because they all come out of their own opinion. They speak lies off their own heart. Read that bit again, man. And then get me your Isaiah 30. Isaiah chapter 30, verse 15. For thus saith the Lord power, the Holy One of Israel, in returning and rest shall you be saved, in quietness and in confidence shall be your strength, and ye would not. Right, and you would not, in returning to the Most High. You have to take your rebuke and your reproof and return to Him. Accept what you're doing is wickedness and come back to Him. You have to remember the fact that you're an Israelite. You were given law, statutes, and commandments. You were not given religion. Okay, go on. But you said no, for we will flee upon horses. Right, you said no. Go back to speak unto us smooth things. That's a classic for these Christians. Isaiah chapter 30 verse 9. Speak unto us smooth things, prophesy lies. That's what he wants to do. Go on. Isaiah chapter 30 verse 10.
any bad